These portraits and letters aren't printed on paper. They're made of thread and embroidered. The only colors used are cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, the ones used for four-color printing. This embroidering technique was developed by graphic designer Evelin Kasikov, an Estonian who works in London.
The idea came to me that what if this can be turned tactile, and what if you could actually see inside the structure of color. And I looked at the half-tone raster, how it's arranged, and I decided to use cross-stitch.
Evelin Kasikov makes every stitch by hand. It can take her 2 hours to complete a few words in postcard format. Larger portraits require several days.
I didn't stitch as a child, and it's all very recent for me. I started using craft only when I moved to London and I did my MA here. So then I started the first craft experiments.
That was in 2006. Now Evelin Kasikov starts out with a design on a computer. That provides her with the precision grid patterns she then embroiders. For her latest project, Evelin Kasikov asked her friends to send her photos. She then converted them into patterns of crosses, squares, and lines. Each color is done separately, a time-consuming process. Evelin started out cross-stitching letters and later moved on to pictures.
It's not purely artistic, expressive, but it's not also only functional typography as we know it. The type should be legible, type should be like communication device, good typography, invisible, but in my work I think it sits somewhere in between.
Evelin has made a name for herself in art circles with her lettering. They've been featured in international design books and magazines. Among them, the New York Times Magazine, The Guardian newspaper, and Wired magazine, which has even used her technique as its signature style. But Evelin Kasikov makes a clear distinction between her work and traditional handicrafts.
It's a horrible thing to say that I'm not really interested in cross-stitch, but the fact that I'm not much into cross-stitch actually gives me the freedom to do whatever I want with it.
The Wicca agency specializes in handmade designer products. Evelin Kasikov's agent is Laura Vent. Vent is putting the designer's work into the public spotlight with her postcard series Be Happy. It's inspired by the Twitter social network.
It's a completely different attitude, I suppose, to using a kind of needle and a thread. It's really super cool. It's, you know, no one else is doing anything like it. And she's kind of using all of the design background that she has and is just applying it to a really kind of a traditional technique, but bringing that completely up to date. It's completely at the forefront of like cross-stitch.
Although even the smallest work demands a lot of time, Evelin dreams of stitching on a grander scale.
I would like to escape the small format. I would like to do something bigger scale and maybe work with architects or people from different disciplines. I would like to see that on the side of a building.
Evelin Kasikov's embroidered graphics are proof that handicrafts are anything but old-fashioned.